Hi.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Deborah Somoye. I use the she, her pronouns. I am the Shero for the month of July. It was
Yeah, that's
exciting to
awesome.
be a Shero for the month of July. And I also got the opportunity to be interviewed, just like I'm about to do that with you today. Um,
Nice.
Hope you're excited about this. Please, can you introduce yourself to me?
Yes, my name is Mary Jane Mestis. Calls me MJ. I'm the
Nice.
co-chair co-chair for the Colorado PWN chapter. I'm also a peer recovery specialist for Promotores de Esperanza, which
Great.
is very near and dear to my heart because we do a lot of harm reduction work. But yeah, PWN, of course, is my baby. Got me started.
That's great. So, how long have you been a member of PWN and how did
I've
you get involved with PWN?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I was trying to remember this morning the exact year, but I'm believing it must have been maybe 2018, maybe 2017. And how I found PWN was when I was first diagnosed in 2011. I was a truck driver. I had come off the road because I was very sick. I was an over-the-road truck driver for about 17 years off and on. That was my chosen career. And I had gotten so ill that I decided I better get to a doctor. Unfortunately, as a truck driver, I didn't have any insurance. So I came to where my family was living here in Arvada, and I had to become indigent first in the city. So once did that, then I was able to go to the doctor. And we found out within 5 days that I was living with HIV, and within 5 more days that I was living with AIDS. My numbers were really low, so I was very ill. So I did have to become or apply for Social Security disability. I worked some here and there when I felt well enough to do so. Um, but then in during this time, it was about 6 years of depression and going back and forth from recovery to active misuse of my drug of choice. And then I think it was like 2017, I would just Google everything HIV, right? Because I wasn't educated. So I probably read every article there was in the internet about HIV from God only knows when it started. I started reading it in 2011. But anyway, I came across in Facebook was a gal named Positively D. And I don't know if you know her um from PWN. When I saw her, I thought, well, what is she talking about? She's like standing loud and proud. I live with HIV, and she was talking about a training that was coming up, and it was called an advocacy training. And so I said, okay, I'll sign up. So I signed up, and I showed up this morning. One morning it was the first time I had ever met Barb or Rika or anybody else. I think maybe Carrie was there here in Colorado. Those are pretty well-known names. But anyway, I showed up and I was gonna leave, and I'll tell you why. Because as I sat there, I watched all these folks walk in and they were all white. And I thought, oh, this isn't a place for me, right? And then I saw Rika walk in with all these tattoos, and I'm like, oh, this might be okay. And then I was gonna back up anyway because I was already nervous about the whole situation and wasn't feeling comfortable. And just as I put my car in reverse, turned to the left, and I literally was startled. I went, and there was Barb. They were waving at me and said, "Come inside." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, okay, so here I come." I was greeted with hugs and such positivity. And there was one thing that stood out, and which has really made me connect with this group, was a gentleman named Robert who told his story in the advocacy training. And at the beginning, how we do like check-in question, the check-in question was, what's the worst thing that ever happened to you in your life, and what's the best thing that ever happened to you in your life? And when it came to Robert, I don't exactly remember what the worst thing was, but I do remember when he said the best thing that ever happened to him in his life was when he found out he was living with HIV. And you have to understand, I'm still depressed. I'm still sad. I'm still probably in my misusing my drug of choice. So the thought of somebody saying that living with HIV was the best thing that ever happened, I was like, you be crazy because there's no way that's the worst thing that happened to me. But it kept me connected, right, to Barb and Rika, and I stayed connected, and my life has changed because here I am today. And the last time I spoke in front of anybody and they asked me, I had to mention this because the best thing that ever happened to me in my life was being diagnosed with HIV,
Hmm.
finding PWN. And because living with HIV is, I'm healthy. I don't believe I'd be healthy otherwise. I've had so many good things happen this last year, including becoming Shero of the Month for August. I'm so blessed. Um, but I had gastric bypass last July. I've lost 140 pounds. I feel completely like I'm in a new body. I have a new future. That future is going to stay in recovery. That future is going to spread the word about PWN and the good work that we do, you know, and I just love it. PWN is the bomb. Join us.
That's good. I'm so happy that PWN has impacted so much into your life positively, and that's so amazing to hear. I was going to ask you again that what project or campaign have you been working on in recently in your region? That and what are those things that inspires you or continue to push you to move forward?
Oh my gosh. So with Positive Women's Network of Colorado and being the co-chair, I have learned a process in the last 7 years that I've been a member, co-chair for I believe 2 years. Um, I I've learned from being behind the scenes to actually being someone who helps organize events and actually becoming where I can say I'm an organizer. That to me was one of the best steps in this process was because um, as you can tell, I have a gift for gab, and I am not afraid to stand in front of a crowd and tell whatever story needs to be told that day, right? It may be my abortion story, it may be my HIV story, it may be my recovery story, my houselessness story. Whatever story is going to fit that moment where I can help people that need help in that area. So I started out with PWN at a lobby day. And this year, because this last year I was blessed again by PWN by being nominated and picked as a policy fellow. And I just finished my policy fellowship, which I'm telling you, I am so blessed by that. It's taught me so much in the last year um, that I was able to help plan this year's lobby day as my practicum. So here in Colorado, we changed our lobby day from just what we usually have an HIV lobby day. We changed it to the harm reduction lobby day, meaning that there's harm reduction in every aspect of advocacy, right? HIV, in drug use, in so many other different avenues. So I helped plan it from beginning to end. It turned out amazing. I believe we had 74 people show, which was one of the biggest advocacy days we've had, if not the biggest. And so I'm truly blessed that I was able to help that start and see it through fruition. Um, Fortunately, at the very end of our lobby day, I was coming down the stairs and I misjudged due to my new silly glasses, and I misjudged the stairs and I went down several
Oh,
stairs on my knees. So,
oh wow.
um, unfortunately, a month later, I had to have my knee replaced. But like I said, PWN, they have always accepted me, right? Whether I was pushing a walker and knocking on doors and knowing that I couldn't keep up, but I was still there using a cane through, excuse me, through all my recoveries of 5 major surgeries within the last 5 years, PWN has always supported me. And so I will say that for sure, that anything that we choose, as long as we reach out with what we need, PWN is there for us. So yeah, I love it.
That is so amazing. You have a lot going on, Colorado. I'm so super proud and excited for you. I know you
Thank
already
you.
said earlier that being the Shero for the month of August is amazing to you and you feel blessed. But I want you to give me in like 2, 3 words how that makes you feel being nominated as the Shero for the month of August.
Elated. I was I was shocked. Um, I was shocked, I think, because I don't know how to explain it. Don't get me wrong, I'm a front person, right? Because I love, like, when I was in school, I was told I had a big mouth and that I needed to shut up and that I needed to get back in class or go to the principal's office. And now that I know that this mouth, this Volca, can reach so many people in a positive way, boom, here I am. I'm going to be loud and proud. So when I heard, I was almost like taken aback, like, I don't deserve that. But then again, I thought, being recognized for the work that we do is a blessing. So
Mm,
that's my third word, is blessing. I am blessed, completely
yeah.
blessed. Yeah,
Yeah, it's amazing how PWN sees all its members here and there, even though they're all over the United States of America, and being singled out for the Shero of the month of August. It's a big deal. So
it is.
I'm so excited for you. Okay. I want to say thank you to you, Mary J. Or MJ. You prefer to be called
Yeah.
MJ. That's so fancy.
You call me anything you want, hon. Just don't call me late for dinner. No.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you for joining me today and for this short interview. It's so amazing talking with you today, and thank you for sharing your story, because I know talking sharing your story, people sharing their story, it's actually a big deal. Thank you for allowing me to be in that space where you could share your story, and it's really really amazing and also spirit uplifting for me. Um, is there something you want to say to, being the Shero for the month of July? It's amazing. It's exciting for me. I felt like, being singled out in an ocean,
Yeah.
and that gives me like some wings.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Wind in your sail. Yeah.
so do you want to share anything, or do you want to, ask any questions?
Well, I would like to share one thing, and that is what PWN has helped me see in my future. And um policy is, I'm a policy nerd. I love policy. So just to let you know that because of PWN, because of everything I've learned and all the advocacy and activism that we've done, my aspirations are to run for office. And I know that I would never in a million years in my bringing up would have ever thought that this little Delta, Colorado girl would ever say that she wants to be a Colorado state representative. So that's my goal. And I'm putting it out there right now. I am manifesting it. So I would love to be the first Colorado state representative living with HIV in the state of Colorado. So I'm speaking it into fruition.
That's great. With PWN, sky is the limit.
I'm telling
You
you,
have
we
your great
support, we
sisters
support.
around you supporting you and uplifting you. So you just
Yes.
save the world and you have everyone supporting you.
Thank you
Um,
so much.
it's good to hear what you're aspiring to be and what you want to add to the work. And we're so glad that we have somebody like you in our midst, and pushing forward even at your age. Thank you so much. PWN is blessed to have you.
Thank
Um,
you so much.
and finally, I want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in to witness this beautiful interview with MJ. I got
Oh,
it right
thank
this
you.
time around. Okay. So and if you want to learn more about our new Shero for the month, because I now declare you the Shero for the month of August, MJ.
Oh, thank you so much.
So if you want to know more about our new Shero for the month of August, yeah, you can follow up with PWN website, pwnusa.org. The website, this interview will be there, and you can also read more about our biography right in there, and our social media page also. Thank you everyone for tuning in. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.